Go lie down. It's enough. Go. What did I do?
Grateful to have been asked to speak here at our first.
Hello. Hey, Mom. You want to watch? This is Carrie, Dickie. She's awesome. This is Kathy.
Hi.
I'm also on Zoom if you wanted to.
Hi.
I'm on Zoom.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, you guys know each other. That's right.
You know, you're supposed to visualize your audience sitting in front of you in their underwear.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ward off nervousness. Well, you guys, I'm pretty sure you are in your underwear. Anyway, last month I was invited to talk about mindset at this event, and I seriously considered passing the baton. I went over and over the content that I've shared throughout the years, and I felt pretty uninspired. I went to bed one night and I prayed for a download. I needed something new and different to share. The next morning, I went out for a bike ride. I was in the middle of the 1.5-mile hill of my 22-mile ride. It was a steady incline, the kind where you stop pedaling even for a moment and you're done. I asked myself, would I ever stop pedaling? Would I ever just quit? Would I ever give up on this hill? Would I ever get off the bike and say, I give up, can't do this, not gonna finish? Absolutely no way. I would never do that. I would never, ever quit. I would die trying. I would never quit this hill, and I would never say no to the opportunity to speak to my friends and colleagues at our virtual convention. By the time I got to the top of the hill, I had my inspiration. I got the download I had asked for. So today, I'm going to share 3 stories from my network marketing journey that came to me while I was riding up the hill that day. While these 3 stories are my own, I pray that they resonate with you. I pray that they ignite the passion in your soul and propel you forward in reaching your own personal and business goals. I hope to remind you once again that you are powerful beyond measure, that you are perfectly capable of designing your life, and that you are here at LifeVantage by divine appointment, and that your future with this company and beyond this company is in your hands. You are a co-creator. So I joined my last company, a juice company, in February 5th of 2007. I was lucky that my personal momentum coincided with the company momentum and that of the industry. I was on fire. I had been in 2 other companies where I had learned how to be fearless and how to lead. This time, I was about to rank advance to the top of the company, and I had a leader who was going to teach me how to inspire others to do the same. So let me set this table for you. It was fall of 2007, and my goal was the rank of diamond. It was a binary compensation plan, so I was growing 2 legs. I needed 20,000 points in volume in each leg of my business to rank advance. One of my legs was a runaway leg. This meant that my sales team was totally engaged and that I had been able to leverage their efforts and my own to make it grow fast. In fact, I couldn't have stopped it if I tried. The other leg was my focal point. I needed 20,000 points in volume on that leg to make it to the next level. It was a Thursday morning and I only had a day and a half left to make it happen. Unfortunately, my little leg was at 6,000 points. I had to work with my team to generate 14,000 points in volume in only 36 hours. It felt daunting. Furthermore, I had an opportunity meeting in Canyon Lake that night, a full hour from my home. And this event was for a woman on my power leg. I considered postponing the event. I considered asking her if she could handle it alone. I considered asking someone else to do the tasting party for me. I ran through every possibility in my mind and I came up with only one way to go. I had to keep my commitment. I had to give her my best. She was working hard and promised to have dozens of people at her home that evening. It was the right thing to do. I was the leader. I had made a promise. I had to forget about my own goals and drive to Canyon Lake and give her all that I had. And I did. But I'm gonna tell you, I was torn. I had set this lofty goal and I was determined to reach it. I had put in so much energy for weeks and weeks leading up to this time. I just knew it was meant to be. I had been proclaiming it. I had told everybody. I had promised my family, my group, and myself we were going to be a diamond team. I had written it on my mirror. I had posted it in 4 places in my home. I am a diamond distributor. I'm a diamond. I'm a diamond with my company. I saw it. I felt it. I could taste it. But the numbers told a very different story. I was far, far away from my goal. I worked my head off for the rest of the day. I made dinner for the boys, got them ready for soccer, and I ran out the door for the 1-hour drive up the Ortega Highway and over past Lake Elsinore to Canyon Lake. On the way out, I grabbed The Secret written by Rhonda Byrne. My car was a rolling university. I had been waiting for the perfect time to listen to that book on CD. I remember this, you guys, like it was yesterday. In her beautiful and passionate Australian accent, Rhonda Byrne told me, "You are a creator, and there is an easy process to create using the law of attraction." I felt like God was talking directly to me when Rhonda said, "The universe, the grand genie, your holy guardian angel, there is something bigger than us, and it says, your wish is my command. Your whole life and everything in it has been created by you. The genie has answered your every command. The genie always says one thing, your wish is my command." There is absolutely no limit to the wishes. She went on to say, "The genie is the law of attraction. It is always present and responding to everything you speak, think, and ask. It assumes that everything you think about, you want. That everything you speak about, you want. That everything you act upon is what you want. You are the master of the universe, and the genie is there to serve you. The genie doesn't question your commands. You think it, and the genie immediately begins to leverage the universe through people, circumstances, and events to fulfill your wish." I literally could not breathe as I listened to this woman talk. She continued.
There you go.
The creative process is taken from the New Testament and the Bible. It's an easy guideline for you to create what you want in 3 simple steps. Step 1, you have to ask. The first step is to ask for what you want. Make a command to the universe. Let the universe know what you want. The universe responds to your thoughts. What do you really want? Sit down, write it out on a piece of paper. Write it in the present tense. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then explain how you want your life to be in every area. You get to choose what you want, but you must get clear about what you want. This is your work. If you're not clear, then the law of attraction cannot bring you what you want. You will be sending out a mixed frequency, and you can only attract mixed results. Now that you know that you can have, be, and do anything, and there are no limits, what do you want? Asking is the first step in the creative process. So make it a habit to ask. I couldn't believe how simple it sounded. It was so obvious. I had to be clear and ask for what I wanted. She went on to share step 2. Step 2 is to believe. Believe that it's already yours. Have unwavering faith. Believe in the unseen. Believe that you have received. You must know that what you want is yours the moment you ask. You must have complete and utter faith. If you placed an order from a catalog, you would relax. You would know you're going to receive what you had ordered, and you would get on with your life. See the things you want as if they are already yours. Know that they will come to you, and let them come. Don't fret and worry about them. Don't think about your lack of them. Think of them as yours, as belonging to you, already in your possession. This was making so much sense to me. I felt like I was getting a secret map to my goal. In the moment you ask and believe and know that you already have it, the entire universe shifts to bring it to you. You must ask, speak, and think as though you are receiving it now. Why? Because the universe is a mirror, and the law of attraction is mirroring back to you your dominant thoughts. So doesn't it make sense that you have to see yourself as receiving it? If your thoughts contain noticing that you do not have it yet, you will continue to attract not having it yet. You must believe that you have it already. You must believe that you have received it. I was all in, Rhonda Byrne continued. And when you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move all circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. When you book a vacation, order a brand new car, or buy a house, you know those things are yours. You wouldn't go book another vacation for the same time or purchase another car or house, would you?
Hello?
If you won the lottery or received a large inheritance,
Oh, sorry, I accidentally muted.
even before you physically had the money, you would know it was yours. That is the feeling of believing it is yours. That is the feeling of believing you have it already. Claim the things you want by feeling and believing they are yours. When you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. On and on she went. I was so inspired. The genie is responding to your predominant thoughts all the time, not just in the moment you ask. That's why after you have asked, you must believe that you have it. That undying faith is your greatest power. Suddenly, other people were talking to me on the road to Canyon Lake that day. Robert Collier said, "You can have what you want if you know how to form the mold for it in your own thoughts. There is no dream that won't come true if you but learn to use the creative force working through you. The methods that work for one will work for all." Dr. Joe Vitale said, "The universe will start to rearrange itself to make it happen for you." Jack Canfield, "Most of us have never allowed ourselves to want what we truly want because we can't see how it's going to manifest." My ears pricked up and I had goosebumps on my entire body. In fact, I have goosebumps right now. Bob Proctor says, "If you do just a little research, it's going to become evident to you that anyone who ever accomplished anything did so with not knowing how they were going to do it. They only knew they were going to do it." Now, this was resonating. Dr. Joe Vitale said, "You don't need to know how it's going to come about. You don't have to know how the universe will rearrange itself." Rhonda Byrne kept talking. How the universe will bring it to you is not your concern or job. Allow the universe to do it for you. When you are trying to work out how it will happen, you are emitting a frequency that contains lack of faith. You don't believe you have it already. You think you have to do it. You don't believe that the universe will do it for you. The how is not your part in the creative process. Now that was exciting to me that night. Bob Proctor said, "You don't know how. It'll be shown to you. You will attract the way." Lisa Nichols said, when we don't see the things we've requested, we get frustrated. We get disappointed. We begin to become doubtful. The doubt brings a feeling of disappointment. Recognize that feeling and replace it with the feeling of unwavering faith. I know, like I know, like I know it's on its way. I played this chapter over and over in my car that night on the way to the meeting. Over and over, I listened. I memorized the words. I said them again and again and again. So number one, ask. Number two, believe. And number three is to receive. Lisa Nichols, step three, and the final step in the process is to receive. Begin to feel wonderful about it. Feel the way you would feel once it arrives. Feel it now. Marcy Shimoff, and in this process, it's important to feel good, to feel happy, because when you're feeling good, you're putting yourself in the frequency of that you are wanting. Michael Beckwith says, this is a feeling universe. So if you just intellectually believe something, but you have no corresponding feeling beneath that, you don't necessarily have enough power to manifest what you want in your life. You have to feel it. Once again, believe you have received, and all you have to do to receive is feel good. When you're feeling good, you are on the frequency of receiving. You are on the frequency of all good things coming to you, and you will receive what you have asked for. Bob Proctor says, when you turn fantasy into fact, you are in the position to build bigger and better fantasies. And that, my friend, is the creative process. I'm telling you, I hung on every single word. Rhonda Byrne continued, feel as if you have it now. You may wake up one day and have what you asked for, or you may get an inspired idea of some action to take. Be inspired, like you're on the right track. Feel joyous and alive and get into action. Action can imply work, but inspired action doesn't feel like work. Inspired action means that you are acting to receive. You guys, I'm telling you, I had the very best juice tasting event I have ever had in my career. There were over 70 people in the house that night, and it was electric. I stayed until every last person was gone and gave every ounce of energy I had to that group and to that distributor. Then I got back in my car and listened to the same stuff all the way home. I think I drove back that night without the car. I felt like I was in church, communing with God, praying and manifesting and drawing things to me. In the morning, I opened my virtual office. I was so excited to see what had happened to my numbers. I had been on a journey and back, and I was sure to see a huge change. But the needle had not moved. I had woken to the exact same number. My lesser leg was at 6,000 in volume. I was devastated. I was absolutely crushed. Somehow, I thought I would open up the computer and see a massive forward movement, but the numbers had not budged. My kids were at school. My former husband had left for the office. I was alone in my house on a beautiful sunny day. It was gorgeous outside, and I was completely frozen. I had no idea what to do. You see, the gentleman above my upline was a black diamond in the company, and he was so excited to see my progress. The day I met him, I walked up to him, looked into his eyes, and very quietly, so no one else could hear, I said, my name is Carrie Dickie, and I'm going to be a black diamond. He saw me. He saw my passion, my fire, my raw determination. Just as quietly, he looked back into my eyes and he said, yeah, Carrie, I know. He was watching me. He was telling the company about me. He was incentivizing me. He told me he would match any 6 or 12 case juice order that came into my business that week, as long as I hit the rank of diamond. He told me he would have it delivered to my home. People would be able to come and pick it up. He was a very wealthy man with a very big goal of his own, and he was willing to do whatever he could do to help me reach my rank. All week, I had thrown it out there to anyone and everyone who would listen. I had done meeting after meeting after meeting. I had been on the phone all day, every day, and shared the story of help and energy and financial opportunity. I could not have worked any harder. I was distraught. I was failing. I had done everything I could do, and it wasn't enough. I was going to have to tell him I couldn't do it, that I had missed my goal, not by a little, but by a mile. I was sick to my stomach. I decided to give up. I walked to every window in the house. I closed the plantation shutters. I would go to bed. I would unplug the phone. I would climb under the covers. I would cry and pray for sleep. I would try again another time, but it was over and I was demoralized and done. I was a failure. I would have to tell everyone I hadn't made my goal,
Honey,
but I hadn't even come close. It was excruciating. Suddenly, the phone rang. It was my home phone because my cell was turned off. I picked it up with hesitation. The voice said, "Hey, Carrie, this is Sean. Listen, I got a 6-case order and I'm so excited to receive the six free cases from you." Without a thought, I said, "Thanks, Sean, but I'm not going to be making my goal, so the incentive is off. Thank you so much for trying. I hope to be able to do it another time." My voice trailed off. He gasped, "What? You mean I worked all week to sell this juice and now the deal is off? You gotta be kidding." I backpedaled and said, "Oh, Sean, of course not. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll be happy to get you the juice. Congratulations, Sean. Just send me the details. I'll get the juice ordered." I hung up the phone. I thought I would be sick. 6 cases of juice cost over $500. I didn't have that money. How could my upline be responsible for matching the 6-pack order if I didn't even make my rank? He wouldn't incentivize me for failing. I began to panic. How could I have been so naive? My mind was racing when the phone rang again. And Tricia said, "Carrie, I just got an order for a 12-pack. I'm so excited to get 12 free cases of juice." I gotta tell you, I freaked out. I said, "Tricia, I'm not gonna make my goal of diamond. I'm not gonna be able to match this order. I'm so sorry." She gasped, "What? I've worked all week to get this juice sold? I was so excited, Carrie." I answered without hesitation, Of course, I'll honor it, sweet girl. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll order the 12-pack. You can pick it up early next week. Thank you for calling." I got off the phone. I ran from room to room, opening the blinds, the plantation shutters. I turned my cell phone on. If it was going to be, it was up to me. The energy was shifting and I was going to ride it. I was open for business. I was gonna make this happen. On and on it went. I worked and worked. The phone rang, the orders came in, the numbers rolled up and up and up. And I reached 20,000 points in volume on my weaker leg by that night at 11 o'clock p.m. I had made my goal. I could hardly believe it. I had manifested a true miracle. You guys, I'm telling you, it was one of the most exciting days in my life. And that's just story number 1. Ask, believe, work like heck, and receive. Story number 2. Less than 6 months later, I was running for the biggest rank in the company, Black Diamond. This time, I was handling my own incentives. I had learned the value in putting money back into my team, and I was once again on fire. This time, the qualification was 4 weeks in a row, 150,000 in sales volume, strategically placed. It was a very tall order. I was determined to reach the number, and I was even more passionate about getting that black Mercedes-Benz the company was offering for reaching my lofty goal. I put my kids in the car on the 2nd of January, 2008, and went straight to the dealership near our home. I had fallen in love with the C63 AMG convertible. We put the roof down that day, and the kids and I drove all over the place, imagining that we owned it. I took a picture of myself in that car, posted it in my office. I vowed I would make the 4-week run and would pick up that car the day after I qualified, which was February 5th, 2008. I saw it. I felt it. This was my time. I got to work. Well, the first week of qualification went well. People were excited about the incentives and we all worked hard and I made my numbers. I knew the second week would be a different story, and it was. People had worked their hearts out the first week, and there was quite a lull in the action. It was Friday, the last day of the week, and it was about noon when I realized I was coming up very, very short. I glanced at the numbers one last time and vowed I would not look at them again until I felt sure that I had reached my goal. The only number I visioned in my mind was 150,000 perfectly placed. Week 2 would be in the bag. I saw it, I felt it, I wanted to believe it, but I was secretly feeling a teeny bit terrified. I had bitten off a lot. It was only 6 months earlier that I had hit diamond and then blue diamond. The team was running fast, but maybe my goals were too high. I was questioning everything. I was afraid to fail. I had been so vocal. I had told everyone this was the month. I had believed it with every fiber of my being, but I was starting to waver. The phone rang and it pulled me out of my mind chatter. The caller ID said, "Avinder Man." I didn't know who that was. I picked it up and said, "Hello." A woman's voice greeted me and asked if I was close to my number. I told her, "Well, thank you, Avinder, for asking. I'm not sure exactly where I am now, but I guarantee I'll be at 150,000 tonight at 11 o'clock Pacific." That was the closing of the business week. She hesitated, then pressed a little harder by saying, "Carrie, I'd like to help you. I just want to know how far you are from your number." I repeated, "I'm sorry, my friend. I can't look at where I am now, because the only number that matters is the 150,000 that I will see on or before 11 o'clock Pacific tonight." She paused and said, "I'd like to order some juice and receive the incentive juice if it will help you." I asked her, "Avinder, do you and your family need juice?" She answered, "Well, not really. I mean, we love it, but I ordered some last week." I thanked her for reaching out and told her she shouldn't order anything she didn't need. She then offered, "Well, Carrie, I was thinking you and I could go to the Orange County swap meet and sell the juice after you've made your goal." I answered, "Oh, Avinder, you're so kind. Thank you. Thank you for caring about helping me. But when I finish, I want to be done. I want this to be natural. I don't want to think about anything after the fact. I so appreciate your interest, but I'm not able to take you up on this. Thank you. Thank you for calling." Just before she hung up, she said something I will never forget as long as I live. She said, "Carrie, I know that I'm supposed to help you. I've been told to support you. I'm guided to order some juice." Again, I thanked her and reflected for just a moment. And to myself, I thought, I wonder what she meant by that. I wonder how much she wanted to order. I'm probably an idiot for not asking more questions. And I went back to work. I worked my heart out. I visualized the 150,000. I saw that number over and over and over. I knew if I missed the second week of qualification, I would have to start over again. I wanted that car. I wanted that rank. I promised incentives and more incentives, and I was so committed. There was no going back. I was going all the way. I just didn't know how. The words from The Secret burned into me. Ask, believe, receive. Ask, believe, receive. You don't have to know how you're going to do it. You only have to know that you're going to do it. Anyone who ever accomplished anything did it without knowing how they were going to do it. They only knew they were going to do it. You don't need to know the how. It's going to come about. You don't have to know how the universe will rearrange itself. You don't know how. It will be shown to you. You will attract the way. When we don't see things we've requested, we get frustrated, we get disappointed, and we begin to become doubtful. The doubt brings a feeling of disappointment. Recognize that feeling and replace it with the feeling of unwavering faith. I know, like I know, like I know it's on its way. On and on, I worked with my group. I was in the same clothes I had worn for days. I had plates all over the office floor from salads I had made and eaten for many days before that one. I made call after call after call to my team and customers and prospects. And then I did it. I opened up my back office and the numbers had jumped by 20,000 points. I saw the order that a vendor man had placed. It was the biggest order I had ever seen. It was probably the biggest order that's ever been placed in the history of that company. I flew to my number in the hours that followed. I reached the 150,000. I made my second week goal. As a team, we sailed to the number for the following 2 weeks. We picked up my car on Saturday morning, having hit the rank of Black Diamond on Friday night. Wow. Less than 1 year later, for a myriad of reasons, all of which were out of my control, the company began to unravel. I walked away from a sizable paycheck because I no longer believed people had the same opportunity that I had had, and I couldn't pretend that they did. I was devastated. I reflected. Maybe I wasn't a leader after all. Maybe I had just been lucky. What on earth would I do? I was a bartender, a waitress, a fitness instructor, and a network marketer. I had no desire to join another company, but I didn't have any other skills. Where was I going to go from here? I did my best to stay out of fear. I didn't allow negativity to take hold of me. I cleaned up the dark places inside of me and reconnected with family and friends. And finally, after 16 months, I felt ready to call in my next opportunity. I forgot to mention that I did not want it to be network marketing. Mm-hmm. I had been there. I had done that. Story number 3. I revisited all that I had learned from The Secret. I envisioned what I wanted my next career move to feel like. I imagined it. I clearly asked the universe to bring it to me. I was intentional and clear. I was excited and happy. I was believing it would manifest. I asked. I wrote the following and posted it in 4 places in my home. The date was June 13, 2010. I'm so happy and grateful that I have a career that feeds my spirit. It is wonderful to be connecting with people every day and helping them to reach their highest potential and to achieve their goals. I am grateful to work hard and still be totally available for my family. I love what I do, and I feel so blessed to have found my niche. People just come to me. They are drawn to me and to what I do. They are on the same amazing spiritual journey that I am on, and they appreciate my expertise, my candor, my deep caring, and my ability. I am enthusiastic, and I look forward to jumping out of bed every day, just like I always have, because this doesn't feel like work. I am so blessed. Thank you, God. I asked, I believe, I acted as if I had received. 6 days later, after I had written and posted this request, Stu Brody, my dear friend and sponsor, called me on the phone and asked me to watch the ABC Primetime Investigative Report. I didn't watch it for a few days. I didn't watch it until he told me he had a sore back and wanted to know if I thought the product might help him. 6 days after I posted my wishes, I ushered LifeVantage into my life. I've been here 10 years. LifeVantage is my home. LifeVantage has given me everything I wanted in a career. I love our people. I love our products. I am richly compensated for doing what I enjoy and what I'm good at. Network marketing gave me to me. I found myself in this profession. You guys can usher in anything you want. The Secret says, ask, believe, and receive. Ask for what you want. Believe that it's on its way and prepare to receive. But there is one caveat. And this is huge. Without this, nothing will happen. You will never get what you want without it. You must act. You must move your feet. You must work hard. Anything worth having is worth working for. You can work part-time and full-time, but you will not build a successful organization working spare time. This is network marketing, not net play marketing. You must ask, believe that it has already happened, work hard, feel good as if you've received it already, and then receive. I absolutely believe in The Secret. I believe in God and the power of the universe. I believe in co-creation. I have manifested parking places, trips, doggies, my children after years of infertility and failed attempts, businesses, people, and the home I'm living in now. You guys, it works if you work it. I invite you to try it. Order The Secret on Audible and listen to the chapter entitled How to Use The Secret. I believe in each and every one of you. I believe you can get what you want with LifeVantage. And thank you for listening to me today. Mwah!
Yeah. She's a riot. Yeah. She's very dynamic.
All right, The Secret.
All right, let's go get it. I've got the magic.
Sweet.
I